I'm going to make this video to show you how you can use MATHia when it comes to solving equations. I know a lot of our students are currently solving equations in their math classes. So let's see how we can leverage this tool to kind of empower the learning in the classroom. All right, once you get to MATHia, you click on the menu here, you go to Content Browser. So there's two ways you can do this. One way is you teacher modeling this with the students, right? And the student can go along with you with the whiteboard, or they can kind of just see how the program looks like. Or student, you can assign this to students. All right, go to Content Browser. All right, these are the courses that I already selected that I'm teaching. Yours would probably be one or two. I'm just going to do an example of Math 8. And then the Math 8, I think this is the one that I think they are doing modeling linear equation. And in Math 8, they said that they do something with solving linear equation with variables on both sides. So you click on that. After you click on that, I think the third bullet here says solving variables on both sides. So you kind of just have to read to see which one aligns with your standard. You click on that. When you click on that, then you look here in the middle. Now, you're going to see there are a lot of problems. See that? It goes all the way to 100. Now, all you have to do is click, because some of them are repetitive. So if you click on one, it tells you what type of problem you want to see. Do you want to see the type of problems like this? If you say yes, then you go launch the workspace. If you're looking for, let me click on the random one. See, now we just have a single constant number here and two variables. What's the next one? The next one looks like you have some fractions that are showing. So let me go back to one. I like this type of problem. I kind of want to do it right now. Launch the uh, launch the workshop, and then it takes you to this place here. Now, begin step by step example will kind of just walk you to help you become more familiar with how to use these boxes that are showing here. But for now, I could just skip it and walk you through it real fast. Again, if students were doing it, they will be seeing this screen. Or if you have this showing in front of their screen, and they also working on the whiteboard or something like that, this is definitely the way to go. Now, here's my suggestions. Now we have the left box, we have the right box. The left box is way to rewrite expressions. The right side is what transformation or performance we can utilize. So in this case, it looks like I can either add 3 on both sides, or I can subtract 10 on both sides. It doesn't matter, because the system is smart enough. It goes along with whatever you decide to do. This is what I'm expressing, that MATHia is definitely a tool to use here when it comes to solving equations. So let's say we're going to subtract on both sides. I will subtract 10x on both sides, right? Notice I'm writing on one box and showing on the other box, right? And don't forget to press enter. Now, what happened? It says that's close, but you got the sign wrong. Try 10x. Okay. Why is that? Because they already have the subtraction done for me in front. I see that. It's right there. So since we already click on subtracting, the minus in front of me, so just do 10x. Entered. Boom. And yeah, and that was intentional, by the way. Okay, next is, now that I have that, the question you can ask your student to go around and talk about, what should we do next? And we look at ways to rewrite the expression. We're going to rewrite this expression. How are we going to do it? Do we need to do distributive property? Rewrite the division as a multiplicative, rewrite the sign. I think it's combined like terms, right? We're going to combine those two things. That's going to give, when you combine it, it gives you negative 13x. Got it. Okay, what's next? What should we do next? Now, let's say I'm going to try to make a mistake here. Let's say I would like to get rid of the subtract 5 on both sides. Technically, because I'm supposed to subtract 7 on both sides, let's do 5. So you hit subtract. Notice the minus is showing. I'm going to do 5 on both sides. Press enter. It says you could do that to eliminate the constant on the left hand side of the equation. Instead, try 7 to isolate the variable. And that's exactly what our kids need. They need to read that and understand why, although they can go that way, but it's not going to help them. They need to subtract 7 so they can isolate the variable. You're like, okay, I got it. So you hit this button. How do I go back? Next. I will subtract 7 on both sides. Entered. Boom. Here we are. And then how do we rewrite an expression? An expression is one side of the equation. Combine like terms, we get negative 2. Our next step will be to divide. You can hit divide both sides. I'm going to divide both sides by -13. You hit entered, and here we go. And we're not done because most students would think we're done here. They want to leave done. Continue simplifying. And this is a good practice to allow students to understand that you want to go to the simplest form as possible. You still need to divide. But it says in this case, it's not necessarily dividing, but you rewrite the fraction, right? You rewrite the fraction. And if a student didn't know what to do, they have the hint button they can press there and they can get the help. It says fraction can be rewritten to remove a negative into the denominator. Like, oh, I get that. Just go here, rewrite the fraction. You click on that, boom, done deal. So anyway, again, this is a tool that would help students to kind of just understand or help them jumpstart their thinking. They have some actions they can select here and so on. I just wanted to share that is there for you guys, or you guys can use this in class.